What's up, Homestead homies? It's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and today we're gonna come clean, something that we haven't told you guys, and we thought we'd just get it out there and share it with you guys. And it's our first video from the back deck.
Yay!
And I think a lot of you guys, we have a giveaway video. We're giving away a $300 prize, and I think a lot of you guys missed it. And we're not even gonna tell you what video it is, but you just have to go back a couple videos and find it for yourself. And make sure you're entered to win, because the contest is going till the end of the month, and you're not going to want to miss it. But I'll give you a clue. It's within the last 4 videos. So there you go.
And then maybe you can have a chance to win this really cool thing that we use a lot here.
So, yes, we thought we'd share this with you guys. You know, we go and do some speaking events, and you know, we get out of town, and we had a family of 7 that came here, and they were watching the place, and they spend a lot of time here, and they fish and they swim and they love the animals. And you know, we have neighbors that chip in and help out, just so we can come out and meet you guys at these events. Like Layman's will be there the 29th and the 30th in Kidron, Ohio.
Yep. And then also Homesteaders of America,
Yeah,
that's in October.
Yeah, October in Virginia. Homesteadersofamerica.com. Joel Salatin will be there, Justin Rhodes, Stacy Lynn Harris, and a lot of other people, great speakers. And then, of course, we have our event coming up at homesteadinglifeconference.com. We'll be in Hannibal, Missouri, August 12th and 13th. And we only have a limited amount of seats available for that. We're going to have some great speakers and some hands-on classes. There were some questions about the classes, and they were like, well, I don't see the listings for the classes, but I see the speakers. The speakers are set in stone, and we'll have boards up about the classes at the event. But there's going to be soap making and making kombucha, fermenting, using herbs,
tinctures,
making elderberry,
sourdough bread, elderberry. So there'll be lots of different things, like a dry erase board, and it'll have different times throughout the day that we'll be doing that.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. And so we do get to these events, and so we have people watch our place. So right now, we're actually watching people's places.
We have been for a few weeks. So,
yeah.
And we're actually watching 2 people's places.
Yeah, and for weeks at a time, not just a couple days. I mean, the one family left for, was it 3 weeks?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks.
Almost 3 weeks, 3 weeks. And then our daughter actually went out of town, and they've been gone 2 weeks, and they're still gone.
So yeah, we've been busy little beavers here, but you know, it's good. It's good to help out, because you know, if we need help, they can help us, and then we are glad to help them too. So it works out great. Yeah,
it's building community. So now we're going to share some of our fun stories we've had since we've been taking care of their place and our place too. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, we could talk about even last year when we did autumn.
Yeah, so last year our daughter went out of town, and they had a potbelly pig, and they have this Alaskan Eskimo dog. It's a little bitty thing. Yap, 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 yap. Totally crazy, hyperactive. And they have some cats. One of the cats they actually got from our homestead, it only has 3 legs.
Yeah, her name's Peggy.
So I went down there and I started taking care of their place, and I'm like, I mean, come on, do you guys really need a potbelly pig?
Because, you know, when they're little, they're very cute.
Yeah.
She was very big.
And she's like, yeah, I know, and this and that. So I said, well, while you're out of town, I'm going to get rid of it. And she's like, oh, do you think you can?
Well, and find her a good, good home with other pigs.
Yeah, we're not making bacon out of it or nothing. So I put an ad on Craigslist. I'm a Craigslist master, by the way. And I found a girl who actually does Instagram posts with them, and she loves bringing in the potbelly pigs. So she picked it up, and that was last year. So this year when they went out of town, I was like, so what do you want me to get rid of this year? I said, I can probably find a nice home for that dog of yours. And she was like, oh, I don't know, do you think you can? I was like, yeah, I bet I can. So what I was doing too is I'd have to drive down there. They live over about an hour away. And I'd have to go down there 2 times a day to let the dog out, play with the dog, you know, bring it back in, feed it, make sure everything was good to go. And so that was 2 times a day, over 2 hours a day each way, 4 hours a day in the car, and back and forth and back and forth,
yeah,
and build the deck, and run our homestead, and love my wife, and eat my food. It was crazy. So I started, man, I'm going to try to find a home for this dog. So I reached out to a family friend, and I asked, we started asking around. We'll talk about Doreen too, because we have another dog story. It's totally crazy. So I reached around to a couple friends, and I found someone who had a couple of those same type of dogs, and one of them got stolen, so they had been looking to replace it. And I said, oh my gosh, this is a great matchup. You guys will really like the dog. And so I gave him the dog, the crate,
because it was
food.
going with like an older woman.
Yep. And she was raising her grandson or something, and it just was a really good connection for a good home. So that dog's really doing well there. It's probably calmed down a little bit. They walk it every single night. And then I asked them about, they have this like decorative cherry tree on the side of their driveway, and it's always like dripping the cherry juice and the cherries on the cars and on the concrete and everything. And I'm like, you want me to get rid of that thing too? And so they're like, yeah, if you want to or whatever. So I cut that thing down like George Washington. And so they, every time they leave, it's like something different.
It's like, wow,
yeah.
Yeah, and then the other day, one of my friends came up because she likes to go shopping at the Amish, and so we were doing our Amish store shopping, and they have, a lot of the Amish have Chihuahuas, and they constantly are trying to get rid of and sell their Chihuahuas. So at first, I thought, when I saw it, I thought, oh, Doug's mom would love to have a Chihuahua.
Now, my mom's been talking about getting a dog.
Yeah.
But she does not want a dog. She's just talking. You know how sometimes you talk about things and it sounds cute and you think it's cute and you kind of think about it, but I mean, when it boils down to it, you really don't want to do it. And so they call me on the phone. They're like, "Oh, we found your mom a dog, and we're gonna get it for her and everything."
It was 3 years old, and what it had done is it tried to have 3 litters of puppies, and they had died, and they thought that possibly that the mother wasn't producing enough milk. So they were getting rid of her, and so she was a really great dog. Her name was Rosie.
Yeah, it was all
really cute, very cute. And so
I called my mom. I'm like, look, you don't want a dog. My mom goes to Germany. My sister lives in Germany. They go over there. She goes over there like 2 times a year.
And you know how much it costs to have your dog travel with you?
Yeah, it's like
$400 for the dog just to go.
Yeah, it's $200 each way. So I'm like, there's $400 every time you go to Germany. You got to get up, let the dog out, blah blah. So I started reminding her of all the duties that come with having a pet. And so she's like, yeah, you're right. I don't think I want a dog. But her friend was like, poor dog. So she's like on the phone
trying to find a home for Rosie.
Yeah.
So it was like the next day, and she thought she found somebody, but then that person didn't want to do it. So guess what? She came back and she got the dog. She already has 2 dogs, and she didn't tell her husband about it at the time. So it was just kind of cool. And then she ended up, her daughter, she found a great home for little Rosie. So Rosie has a great home now.
Yeah. And then, so that was pretty cool. So now
it was like, we should call this animal rescue.
Yeah, it's like an animal rescue series. And so then we were taking care of the other folks, the neighbors of ours who are actually homestead homies. They actually lived in another state, were watching our channel, moved here, and then bumped into Stacy at the laundromat. So they'd become really good friends. We'd become really good friends with their family, and they went out of town for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, and she helps out a lot over here.
And so they have like 4 dogs, 3, like 2.
No, there's 4 dogs.
Yeah, 2 golden retrievers, 1 muddy kind of dog. It's just a real fun kind of little short hair kind of little dog. And then they have this dog that's like part bull mastiff.
No, it is a bull mastiff.
It is a bull mastiff.
Yeah.
100%. And it's just a puppy, and the thing is
she's
huge.
150 pounds, and she's a darling.
Yeah, and she like jumps on you and stuff, so they're still working with her and training her in. So when Stacy goes over there, it's like Stacy's like a little bitty thing, and she's like getting knocked around by this dog and carrying on. But the funniest part about the dog,
well, the dog has been kind of, I've been taking care of it, and there's not people there all day long. So one day I went over there, and I looked in the backyard, and I saw all this white stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go inside, and I look at the house, and she had gotten a 50-pound bag of flour.
50-pound bag.
And she had taken it from the pantry, and there was flour everywhere. Now, no big deal, flour, sweep it up, not a problem. But she had taken it, and they had taken it back out the doggy door, and where the water bowls were.
Dragged it through the doggy door.
Right, and there was because you know what happens to flour when you add water to it. So it was caked all over the floor. It was in the water, it was underneath the refrigerator, and all that kind of stuff. So it was interesting. It was so funny because I go over there and they're all looking at me and they all have their noses are caked because they were licking it up. It was caked with, you know, the flour and the water. They had it all on their paws and all that kind of stuff. It was very funny.
And then it's like every time we go over there, there's something new. Like, so then they found the egg cartons, and then like I went and collected the eggs because they have chickens and everything, and I brought the eggs in and I put them way back in this corner part of the counter, and like in between, it's like you had to navigate your hand through like there was like some kind of a bread machine or a blender or something, and then something else on this side. So that's why I put it in there. And then I came back the next day to do the chores, and I was like, hold on, I know I put those eggs there. I'm like, do they have somebody coming by getting the eggs? And I'm thinking about it and thinking about it, and I'm like, no, they don't. We're the only ones coming by. And so I go out the back door. There's the egg cartons all tore up, and all the eggs are gone. They actually got up, that dog did, that Mastiff, and pulled it through that little bitty area.
It didn't even mess anything else up.
Because I was like totally, I was like, if the dogs got in there, it would have been like totally whacked around. Like, and she pulled it through and then dragged them outside, and they ate them all up. There was a thing of baking powder that they got in there.
When you were there. Yeah,
no way. Then they got to like the laundry they spill all out and lay all over. It was like every single time you go back and you're like, what's going to happen now?
So this is kind of fun. It was just fun. I mean, it was nothing any big deal or anything. It was just really, it was just so funny. Doug and I had a lot of fun with it. It was very.
Yeah, we're like, what happened today? She had to move the broomsticks.
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
everything.
That wasn't the bad. Yeah, I hit everything. Every day I was like, oh, I better move this. I better move this.
It was very much an adventure. And then they're the ones we got the eggs from for the little hairy leg. What are they?
The Cochins.
Cochins. So they have this little Cochin rooster, and it's like this big.
It's a different kind. It's a French name.
Whatever it is, it's chasing Stacy all around their homestead.
It's like this big, and he came at me the one day, and I'm like, no, you don't, because it's this little thing. It was so funny. Yeah. Oh, and then we also, and this was really cool. So I'm very excited to get the Cochins because we have 2 of them right now. But she got one that went broody, which was awesome because they're amazing broody mamas.
Right.
So
that's why a lot of people get Cochins, just because they're super broody.
Yeah. So I went ahead and I had talked to her, and we went ahead and put some eggs underneath her. So hopefully we'll have babies in 2 more weeks now. So we'll see.
Yeah. So it's just like a funny kind of a video. We're just sharing some of our homesteading adventure type stories, and also reminding you guys to reach out, to your community, and to, maybe some family members. Maybe some family members think you're nuts for what you're doing, but if you can involve them in the homestead and get them to come up, then they see like the animals and the easy life that it is of, being less stress and more beauty. And so maybe they'll start turning into homesteaders. You never know.
Yeah, because you build a relationship with your animals, and it just makes it a lot more. It makes it a lot more fun, and then especially with neighbors, it's amazing the amount of people that might need a little help once in a while.
So that's it. We're just catching you guys up on some stories. I had taken some breaks right now because all this heavy work's done for a minute until July 2nd. So we're going to be out at these events, and we're just going to be taking it easy and sharing some stories with you guys. Stacy's got some recipes coming up. Stay tuned for that. Some more foraging type stuff, and that's it. Anything else?
No, and the foraging, I don't have to go very far at all on this next one.
It's really been kind of fun. It's nice to pay back and to help them out so they can get out and enjoy time with their families, and so that way you don't want to be a slave to your homestead where you just, I can't go anywhere, we can't do anything.
Yeah, because you know what, we did for years. It was until we went to that graduation, and it really does. It works out very well because we help them, they help us, and I feel confident because I know someone knows what she's doing. Yeah, you can trust them, sure. Yeah, and it just really is just totally awesome. So I know you're watching. We love you guys.
Yeah, funny stuff. All right, so we'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget, you can always
check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And you guys, today's the last day for the shirt campaign. It's going to wind down. We do renew them But you know, if we don't sell enough shirts, then the people that wanted to buy them can't get them. So if you want to get a shirt to help with the Learning Center project, or just help what we're doing here on our channel, we don't do Patreon or any of the other stuff. The links are down below for that.
And they're cute.
And they're cute. And if you're going to the Homesteading Life Conference, the Homesteading Life Conference swag is at that link as well. So you can get your t-shirt and wear it to the event. As always, we appreciate you guys watching our videos, listening to our stories, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
See ya. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a Homestead homie, click the